Robin.
Got Bill Burr in studio, and also Tony Iommi is making his way into the studio.
Okay. Legend. Here we go.
Fuck yeah, legend. Here he comes right now. Tony!
It's Tony. Hey, how are you?
What's up, Tony?
Man?
Hello. Oh, I didn't know you were here today. How are you?
Yeah, sure.
Welcome to the show, man. Bill Burr to your right, Tony.
How are you?
Very funny, man.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Can't
see
believe
you.
I'm sitting next to you.
That's rock royalty.
Huh? No. I won't make it weird. I won't make it weird. Don't worry about it.
Is this your first interview of the day?
Yes, it is.
I hope so. It's early.
First one.
You're known for hating getting up in the morning.
Me? No,
Yeah.
I get up in the morning. I love it in the morning. I get up.
Do you really?
Yeah.
We tried to get you in one time. They're like, no, he doesn't like getting up in the morning.
Good excuse.
When I'm at home, I'm up at about 6:20 in the morning. That's not early for you lot, but it's early.
No,
for
it
me.
is. It's early.
Is it?
We have to be here.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Sucks.
I obviously read the book. I loved it. You start the book talking about, like, on the first page, you're working in a factory, you're going to quit, and your mother says, nah, go back, finish out the day, it's the right thing to do. And can you describe the rest of the day? Because you were about to walk out.
The rest of the day was awful. Yes, I went back after lunchtime and they put me on this machine that was a press, really, that bent metal, because I used to do welding, electric welding. And so I had to bend the metal myself and then weld it, basically. And just this one, I was on it a couple of hours, it was fine, and then suddenly, bang, the thing came down on my hand as I was pushing the metal in. Whoa. And it just squashed the ends of the fingers, basically, and as I pulled my hand back, I pulled them off.
Oof.
How much finger did you lose on the, because you're a lefty, so on the right hand?
Yeah, well, I lost, a fair bit off the two middle joints. And they planted the nail again, put that back in.
So now this happens, you're already playing guitar.
I was playing guitar, yeah. I was about to leave that day to turn professional and go to Germany with a band. And,
oh my God! What went through your head? You just went, it's over.
That was it. I mean, that's why I was finishing the work, and I thought, well, yeah, next week I'm off to Germany, and it all went very wrong.
How long did it take for you to heal and even to begin? Did you immediately lose hope, or were you looking down, going maybe?
No, I sort of got, that's it, it finished. And of course, I saw different doctors, and they said, oh, forget it, you'll never play again. That was their attitude, not we'll do something for you.
Did you consider playing right-handed? Maybe you could strum or anything?
Funny enough, because it seemed like then I'd been playing a long time left-handed, which wasn't that long now.
Right.
But at the time, it seemed like, 3 years seemed a long time.
Wow. How long was it before you picked up a guitar again?
I tried, even though I was bandaged, so it's not that
right
long.
away.
So I was trying to play, and I did learn to play more with my two outside fingers. And
Wow, that's a hell of a story, a hell of a way to start a book.
Yeah.
No, just the fact he was going to quit that day.
I know,
Nah,
right?
stick it out.
Stick it out. It's good. Great.
yeah, I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe it after all the things that my mum. Of course, my mum obviously felt really bad then because she sort of made me go back to work. Right?
Well, I love your mom, because without that terrible move, there'd be no Sabbath. It's the greatest thing, because you would have been off with that other band. So it's like kind of great for me that happened.
Well, it sort of made me, it made me create a different sort of style of playing.
What was that other band? Did they ever become anyone?
No, I don't think so. I never.
Any of the players even move on to other bands?
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay.
I never actually stayed into. I just got the job with them, and I didn't really know them, that well.
How did it change, what you did on the guitar, which kind of gave you the sound that made Sabbath what they were?
I just had to work on it and work on getting the height of the strings right for me, the gauge of the strings, of course, because they were all heavy gauge strings in them days, and I come up with an idea of light gauge strings, and I made my own set out of banjo strings, and I went to companies to see if they'd make them. They said, well, they won't work, you'll never be able to use them. And I said, well, they do, I use them. No, they'll never sell. So that was all these downers as you're going on. You know, you're never going to do any good. That will never work. This and that. And I just kept going.
A lot of supportive people.
Yeah,
back then.
exactly.
Yeah.
No, but I love like his generation where it's like, well, then the hell with it. I'll just make my own. Like nobody from my generation would just be like, forget it.
Well, that was it,
I'll get a job in a cubicle, and that would just be the end of it.
You made everything. I mean, I made my own gauge strings. I made my own thimbles to play because it was all said that it couldn't be done.
Can you describe the
How do you
thimbles?
make guitar strings?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't make the guitar strings.
Oh, that's
I
what you
made
were
the
saying.
setup.
The setup.
I used
Oh, I thought you
banjo
said you made
strings
the
as the
strings.
first strings, and then I used different gauges to drop down so they were lighter for me. But there was no actual. You couldn't actually go and buy a set of strings like that in them days.
And you had to. What? Can you describe what you had to do with the thimbles so you could actually play?
I got a fairy liquid bottle and melted it down into a ball. And I got a soldering iron and just sort of heated it up and melted the inside of the ball. And then so it fit over the finger. And which took a long time, you know, before it fit. And it was sore. And I just sat there for days just rubbing it down to make a shape of a finger. And then, of course, I couldn't play with it because it'd slip off the string. So I had to find a material that would grip the string so I could bend them and stuff. And at the end of the day, it was leather. And it was from my old 70s leather jacket that I had. I cut it to bits to use the leather, and I couldn't find anything else that would work.
So you made basically you had your fingers cut off. You made your own
Fucked up,
fingers.
man, right there. Holy shit.
Yeah, and I still use, it's still the same thing today. I know they make them for me now, but it's still the same. It's still very Heath Robinson job, you know.
You still using the same jacket you said too in the book, or you had it for many years?
The same jackets to use for the thimbles. Yeah, I've got a small piece left now. Cut it to bits over there. I mean, it's
Over the years,
40
yeah.
years. It's
Wow, that's a
lasted
lot
a
of
long
leather.
time,
Yeah.
hasn't it?
Damn.
So did that change the way you actually? Because the sound you came, what was the sound you made? Because like metal didn't exist, and it's just like that gong or whatever. That's a terrible impression of a Sabbath sound, by the way.
I liked it. I liked it. That was good.
Gong. It was more of a fucking gong that you'd hit.
Well, yeah, it was. It sort of made me approach the guitar a lot differently because I had to come up with chords and come up with a way that would suit me to create a bigger sound. Because I couldn't play the regular chords because it just wasn't possible.
Now you guys, I was surprised to read too. Like I mean, I've met all of you, and you're all like the nicest guys. I was amazed at how violent you guys were kind of coming up. There was quite a bit of fighting, and some really violent shit happened.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, but where we were from in them days, that area was fairly rough, and the school we went to, Ozzy and myself went to the same school. I don't know what that means, but we did, and it was very rough, you know.
So you took martial arts. I was surprised to learn that. Do you still practice them?
No, not anymore. I'm too old for that now, probably. But no, I did it for a while, and I enjoyed it at school. You know, and then when I left school, but when I took up guitar, it sort of dwindled off. Then,
Of the guys in the band, who is probably the biggest problem in a bar fight?
problem.
Yeah, like who is the one in Sabbath that would fucking knock your teeth out first?
Well, it was usually me.
Oh, really?
Because they'd either call for me, oh, we got a problem here, and I'd be in, you know. But in them days, you didn't have security people and all that sort of stuff, you know. You sort of fended for yourself. Well, we couldn't afford it. You fend for yourself, really.
Well, you guys were broke too. Like I mean, it's like you hear about people paying their dues and and fighting their way through poverty. And it's like, did Bill Ward can you describe the drumsticks he used to fucking play with?
Yeah, he used to. It's funny because we'd be playing on the show with another band, and then Bill would be floating around afterwards, picking up the broken sticks, you know, of the other drummer, because he used to use, and he got used to playing these half sticks.
Oh no!
We didn't have the money to buy, drumsticks or anything really. So Bill sort of again, got a style of playing with these little
This
half
level
sticks.
of drive is unbelievable. And he would just stab them into his hands and duct tape them, and he would just play. And that's just what you did back then. Like the level of toughness
At this
from that generation is
Bill,
generation is amazing.
How many times would you have quit at this point? Oh, just so many.
I would have felt sorry for myself at the factory.
The finger thing, I would have been out.
I would have been a secretary. Made them give me a job as a secretary for life.
Well, I
That's
mean, you
cool
know,
to
Bill,
hear, though.
certainly with his kit and stuff. I mean, it was. We worked hard to get everything, so he wouldn't let anybody play it. And there was always a case that John Bonham used to come with us because he was a friend of mine, and he used to come with us to some of the gigs, and he'd say, "Look, can I have a go, Bill?" And Bill would go, "No," because Bill let him get up and play one day, and Bonham, of course, broke his snare, so it didn't go down very well at all.
How fucking funny is that? Bonham can't touch my shit because he breaks it every time he plays.
I heard that was like a thing with him when he would sit in and he would try to demolish the kit, like when it was over.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't do it. It was just that he was a heavy drummer and like a real mean drummer, Bonham, and so it didn't last in bands very long up until Zeppelin.
Did you know he was going to make it the first time you saw him play?
Not really, no. But it was just such the bands he would be in he'd be in a band for probably 2 weeks, and then he'd get fired because he was too loud. So yeah, up until Zeppelin, that's the
good old
time
days.
he really kept a job a long
Right,
time.
and that was another thing where you'd think he'd be like, well, I keep getting fired. Maybe I should lighten it up a little bit. And he's just like, nah, to hell with this. This is what I do until I find people who get it.
The great thing was he used to have the drum case, and he'd have the name of the latest band on his drum case, and it was getting smaller and smaller because he couldn't fit them all in. And they crossed out the last one he wanted. You know.
And you remained friends with him up until he passed away.
Yeah.
He was the best man at your wedding?
Yeah. Yeah, he was a good mate. We used to go out in clubs, and you know, most of the time I'd end up driving because he would get paralytic. And I'd be on the way, but you know.
On the way. Yeah.
Did he encourage you to drink the night before your wedding, or did he think that sobriety was probably the best?
Dear. Did he encourage me? Well, as I said in the book, we went out, just the two of us and a driver, thank goodness. And we went to different clubs, and we went to this last club about, I don't know, 10 to 2 in the morning. And it was closed at 2. And Bonham goes in and he goes to the barman, 12 bottles of champagne, all open. He went, yes, sir. So he had 12 glasses there and 12 bottles all filled up. And he went, go on. I went, what? He said,
Go on.
Drink them. I went, I'm not going to drink them. He says, you've got to drink them. I've had them open now. I said, I can't. I said, oh, if I drink all them, I'm going to get married tomorrow. What's going to happen? And he went, ugh. And he went down and just drank the lot. And within half an hour, he was just paralytic. And of course, we had to take him home then. And his wife wouldn't let him in when we got home. She said, he's not coming in like that. Please. She's shouting out the window, he's not coming in. Please let him in. You know, I'm getting married in the morning. He's got to be there. Well, he's not coming in. And eventually, please let him in. So she came down. He can come in, but he's not coming to bed. He can sleep down there. So we put him up against the radiator in the hallway like this.
And prop him up.
Yeah. And I said, you're not going to make it tomorrow, are you? He went, "Ooh," put his thumb up, you know. I went, oh, okay. And sure enough, the next morning, he was bright and breezy. I mean, he lives probably 30 miles from me. And I saw him coming up the drive, and I just got up, me. And he's all dressed up and coming up the drive. He just sort of he got that recovery rate. He could be fine.
It's one of those guys that could fucking function the next day.
Yeah,
I envy that. Yeah.
I didn't feel too good, but he was fine.
How many times have you been married?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
3 times. 4 times. This is the 4th.
This is your 4th?
Wow. I've given up now.
Yeah, this is the last one.
Finally decided this is it. Damn, 4 times.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like after 1 time or 2 times, you figure that'd be the end of it. But you said, "Fuck it," and you went for a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it like the moment in that third one where you're like, oh no, not this again. This is just going down.
I thought I had this figured out.
Yeah.
I got a complex thinking it must be me.
Yeah. I don't really, after 3 times, you got to be like, all right, maybe I need to.
Maybe I got to
Maybe I need
adjust
to
some
look at
things.
this,
Yeah.
What was their biggest complaint about you?
From who?
From like the wives. What was the women's biggest complaint?
Well, certainly the problem from my first marriage, and that was great, really, that marriage, but I was never there. I was always on tour or in a studio. And what sort of got up her back was when she saw, when I was in the studio mixing the album and everybody had gone away on holiday. And she'd come, well, everybody else has gone on a holiday with the wives and you're in the studio. And I know. I mean, I couldn't. What could I say?
Someone had to do it.
But isn't it amazing
Someone
how
had to get it done.
fucking women, they just, it's like, even the fucking Sabbath, and they complain. There's no making them fucking happy, honestly. They want to live in the great big houses, but what you got to do to get the great big houses, they fucking complain about it.
You'd have made a great wife.
I never
Jimmy.
would have complained if I was married to you, ever. I just would listen to your music.
And I'll marry you.
I wouldn't want anything in the divorce, just a few signed records. I'm fucking perfect.
Yeah, you must be thinking that at some point. Was there complaining? Just be like, did she realize that it takes a little bit of work to keep 80,000 people happy a night? You know?
Yeah, I suppose. But the thing is, when she sees everybody else going away on holiday, it looks like, oh, well, he didn't want to take me away. I suppose that's what it was, you know.
It's that competitive thing.
They all do it. They all make it about themselves. It's just what women do. They do. They have to be a victim. They can't go, I'm happy to be here. They got to somehow turn it around.
But I love how Jimmy's making me feel like I'm liberal when it comes to this. This is great. Go, Jimmy. Go.
No, but Tony understands. It's the way it is. It's like, this great life you provide for somebody, and they get pissed off at the way you have to provide it.
Yeah.
Do you have to remix every night?
Yeah. By the way, speaking of remixing, the biggest hit I think Sabbath commercially had would be Paranoid, I guess. At least the one that got the most airplay.
Yeah.
And what was that? That must have been a couple of months to put that song together.
Paranoid?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. A couple of days. What, the whole album?
No, just the song.
No, a couple of minutes. To do that actual track took, probably 3.5 minutes, 4 minutes, as long as it is, really. We didn't really. I just put the idea down. Everybody came back from lunch. I was in the studio, and I said, "I've got this riff," because we needed a filler for the album. They said, "We need one more."
That was
song.
the filler.
Filler.
Yeah,
That's great.
we need one more song, and it needs to be probably 3 minutes. And we'd never done a 3-minute song. We were always like 7 minutes and 8 minutes. Oh, God. So I just put this idea, played this riff, and when everybody got back from the pub or wherever they'd been. I said, well, I got this idea, and let's try and put it down, and that's what we did. And
Did they react to it? Like, that's
they
awesome?
liked it, yeah.
Oh, they did?
Liked it,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought, that's kind of catchy.
well, also, they probably liked it because we didn't have anything else, and we had to have one more song. And it's ironic, really. That was the quickest thing to do, and that's the one that sort of probably got more airplays than anything.
Ever,
I heard that song on the subway platform yesterday on the flute.
Paranoid on the flute.
Swear to God.
On the
Just
flute.
weird that Tony's here today. An old lady
You didn't notice me.
with old lady just playing
Now that would be
Paranoid on the
fine.
flute.
Do you know what the great part would be if he went down and got her and sued her?
She was making money off your song yesterday,
Oh, that's
Tony.
it.
If you want to report her, she did a very good job, and then she went into Twinkle Twinkle Little Star after
Yeah,
that.
that's not one of those.
And I have to ask too, because it's everyone. There's all
No.
this. I was just going to ask if we could hang out later.
The answer's the same. No.
Everybody wants to know. There's all this news leaked about Sabbath has been talking. They haven't been talking. Can you just tell us, or tell me, even if it's whispering, where is Sabbath status right now?
Whisper it. Right. Well, we're all on talking terms, and Ozzy and myself have been talking for a long time anyway. And of course, Geese. But it's coming on. We'll see what happens. You can never say never. It's going to happen. It's not going to happen, because all the times that people think, oh, it's going to happen, and it doesn't, then it's a letdown. So I really don't know. Let's hope,
But you're open for the idea of possibly doing some new material with the guys.
I'm open for. It'd be nice to do something with the old lineup.
What happened to the 6 songs? You guys did 6 songs, like, what was it, like, I want to say 98 or 97 or 99? I mean, I could just name every fucking
Just
year.
keep
And I'll
going.
hit the nail on the head if I name 20.
I sold them.
I love that Jimmy does that.
But I just caught myself. I'm like, wasn't it 94, 95, 97? Stop me when I hit it. What a terrible interviewer.
Yeah, well, we did.
I'm a true asshole.
Oh my God, man.
We did do those songs, and but they sort of just, like a lot of things, get put in the box, and you go back to them another 20 years' time, I suppose.
But you still have them, so if you wanted to do new material, you
Still
wouldn't
have them, but I don't think we'd use them.
Oh, you wouldn't use them?
I wouldn't think. I don't know.
Did Ozzy really have no shoes? Because he said that in interviews, I had no shoes on my feet, and you described, he said that he would just walk around barefoot.
He did walk around barefoot. He didn't have none of us had a lot of anything. And the one particular time we were going on tour, when we were going to tour of Europe, and we went round to pick Ozzy up in the van, because I used to drive, and he came out with one of those wire coat hangers with a T-shirt on and a pair of jeans. And I said, "Is that it?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, we're going away for 6 or 7 weeks." He went, "I know." And oh, righto. And that was him. And yeah, he wouldn't. Quite often, he wouldn't have shoes, or he'd,
It's just the greatest.
And I'm going to plug the book too. It's Tony's in promoting the book.
Of course.
I mean, obviously I'm a Sabbath fanatic, but even if you're not a Sabbath fan, I know I'm trying to keep that under my hat.
You really do. You do well.
Yeah, once in a while. I try to be fair. It's called, obviously, Tony Iommi, Iron Man, My Journey Through Heaven and Hell with Black Sabbath. And it's a real biography. It's a like a 370-page biography. I thought I knew everything about Sabbath, but there's a tremendous amount of things that I learned. And to me, the most shocking stuff was all the fucking fighting. I'm going to give a couple of plugs for the signings too. The book ends in Ridgewood, New Jersey. Tomorrow night, which I think is when the book comes out, from 6 to 8 p.m. That's the Independent Store in Ridgewood. Book review in Huntington, Long Island, which is 7 o'clock on Wednesday. And you can stop off at F.H. Riley's and have a snack. St. Vita's
My
Bar.
restaurant out there.
Yeah, this is a restaurant.
We'll take care of it if you want to.
St. Vita's Bar in Greenpoint from 3 to 4 p.m. on Thursday, and the Barnes & Noble in Tribeca here in the city, 6 o'clock on Thursday. So Tony is doing 2 on the Thursday.
You know, I love going through the pictures. I need to know just a little bit about the rocking Chevrolets from 1964.
well,
Wow.
I don't know.
Well, obviously, extremely different than what you did with Sabbath.
Well, it was rock and roll then, sort of thing.
Was it like
yeah,
rockabilly? What kind of?
no, more sort of Chuck Berry type.
Chuck Berry,
stuff,
okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so weird.
Blues based kind of.
Hey, the question I wanted to ask was, after you had your accident at the factory, okay, so now you're saying you can't make, the chords the way you could. Did that change who your influences were as a guitar player, or did you just...
Yeah, it's that's where I first got to hear of Django Reinhardt, because he had problems, of course, with his 2 fingers, and so that sort of really inspired me to hear his stuff and hear him play and how good he was.
That still blows me away. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Like the amount of people that would have stopped. There's another thing you could have brought up to one of your ex-wives. You think if this didn't stop me, your bitching is going to stop me?
Yeah.
Shut up, enjoy the ride. How many tickets could you sell at a ground round? Are you serious right now?
It is amazing.
Yeah. Go tell that to all your shoes.
to have to make your own, especially like
Make your own finger.
Especially
That just
on,
amazes me.
what's this called? The hand that you do this with, and I'm making
Fret hand.
the fret hand. The other hand, it would have been a little bit easier, right, or at least less inconvenient.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If it had been the other hand, it would have been, well, I wouldn't say no problem, but it wouldn't have stopped me from. I'd have been able to play usual way.
Yeah, the other way here is a little more of the business end.
Just the fact that you can't feel the string now. There's
That's
something
crazy.
else in between there, and you're still able to come up with that. That's unbelievable.
It is. It's weird because you really can't feel any string. You just have to do it by ear, bending the string, and hopefully it doesn't go boing and slip off. Because it's
Oh, God,
you're
that must have
relying
been
on the leather
frustrating.
to grip it. Yeah.
You don't even realize that. Yeah, so much of it is feel. The feel of the string under your finger. That's so odd to be able to do that and not have any sensation.
No.
What's going on under there? Yeah.
Absolutely not.
You have trouble grabbing someone else's guitar and playing it? because of the string thickness and how it's set up?
I've never been. That's the thing as well. Being left-handed, it's always.
Oh well, yeah, that too.
Yeah,
okay. Not
it makes
everybody
it
has
very
a lefty
awkward.
guitar. Yeah.
And if I've been into a music shop, there might be one left-handed guitar there. Or
Isn't that the
something.
worst? They never have. They'll have like one, and it's not even a good level one.
Yeah.
It'd be like one of those Mexican Fenders for like $40. We got one here in the back. Have you ever been to Southpaw Guitars in Houston, Texas? It's basically the Guitar Center for left-handed
I don't know.
guitar
I
players.
don't think so.
It's insane. They got everything. Les Pauls,
I don't want them in
SGs.
now.
Yeah, what's that?
I don't want any now.
Yeah, That's
It was
hilarious.
then I wanted them. Now you get them thrown at you. You know. But
Yeah, of course.
you think you have to
Why did I just say that like he has to go out?
You go out there.
Left-handed, I'm an idiot. See, I beat you, Jimmy. I asked a dumber question.
Tell him
Tony Iommi doesn't have
guitars
guitar.
flying at him, right?
Well, at least you didn't name 40 guitar stores like I did with the fucking years. At least you quit at one.
I just
You
wanted
left
to
out a
know that
couple
I knew,
years there,
I knew
Jimmy.
something.
Hey, and Sabbath, you quit Sabbath before they really became Sabbath and joined Jethro Tull, very briefly.
Yeah.
And can you talk about the Rolling Stone circus which you were in, which was this classic thing with
I
the Stone
love
shot,
that thing.
and Tony
it's
plays
so
in that.
weird.
It was very
It's
weird,
really
certainly for me,
strange.
because when I went with Jethro Tull, and it was a period. Then I said to Ian, I wasn't going to stay. I was going to go back with the other, with Sabbath, really. And he said, "Would you just do the? We're doing this film. Would you just do that with us?" And I said, "Well, okay." He said, "Because we won't be able to find anybody in between it." So I said, "Okay." And what an experience that was, you know.
Just so people know, it was the Stones. Lennon was part of it. The Who, Jethro Tull, Tony,
Clapton.
obviously, Clapton, and was it? It wasn't Hendrix. It was.
It was Mitch Mitchell.
Mitch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there was virtually everybody.
And it looked
then
like
who was there.
it looked like the whole audience was tripping,
They may have been in them days.
and they were in like I haven't seen it in a while, but like rain slickers or something. It's a bizarre thing. And then Yoko Ono, she blew the whole thing.
Oh, that was really strange. Yeah, I mean, she
Right,
sort
right.
of
She just
shattered
started-
Well,
Lennon's feet
It was
all the
it was
time.
almost like the
Warbling.
first supergroup. You guys are all jamming, and then she gets up to the mic and starts doing her dumb cat noises. You couldn't have liked that, Tony.
Pardon?
He's going to be a gentleman. He's going to be a
You
gentleman.
heard me.
Tony,
You heard me.
Tony references it in the book.
He does?
Yeah, and
It's like, what is she doing?
it's
man?
not a
This is-
glowing review.
Okay, good. Because I mean, as a music fan, you're like, this is never going to happen again. And then she steps up to the mic.
Did I ever show you guys that YouTube video where it's Lennon and Chuck Berry playing on TV and Yoko's there and they're doing one of Chuck's old songs. So Chuck's killing it. Lennon's psyched that he's there. And then in the middle of the song, Yoko just walks up to the mic. No, she had a mic on her bongos. She turned the mic up to her face and just goes, yeah. Out of nowhere, you see Chuck Berry makes his eyes just go wide, like, because one of those deals, like, it's not my place to tell her to shut the fuck up,
but shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Lennon must have been scared of her because you're with all your peers and you allow that to happen. It was awful.
Well, I mean,
But besides that, the Rock and Roll Circus is an amazing thing to
he
check
didn't
out.
seem that bothered, to be honest. I mean, they seem so much in another world, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have been. Sometimes you get caught up in something and you think that your chick is better than she really is, or higher than she is, or whatever the situation is. He might have just thought like it was great what she was doing.
It was rough.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it's not good.
You didn't look at the people's faces.
Well,
She's
all
doing
the rest of
wonderful.
the musicians, I mean, and it was, oh my God.
Oh, they were all.
But, you know, who's going to say anything?
That's the understatement of the, oh my God.
And Jimmy talks about it in the book, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, and it's
Good. That'll sell
and
some
he's,
books
he's
right
not as
there.
kind in the book.
Good.
And he's very nice. He's being very nice now, but you can tell just by the way it's written.
Were you responsible for any of the Jethro Tull songs? Or it was so brief?
There was one song that I just done a riff on, which was Nothing Is Easy, when
Okay.
they were writing that. But that was it, really. I'd gone after that.
Did you guys write Fairies Wear Boots? Was that there was a fight you had with a bunch of skinheads, a really violent altercation? Did you write Fairies Wear Boots based on that?
No, I don't think it was that. Geezer wrote all the lyrics, of course, on that. So, I mean, he had a wild, weird imagination of things, depending on what he'd smoked the day before. But
Other days.
He could have possibly done it from that, but I think it was more from a vision he saw when we were in Germany once. Somebody leaping across the snow, and he used to come up with these funny sort of titles and funny, he's got a weird sense of humour, really.
Is that where why did the skinheads attack you? Because you said at one point I handed Ozzy a hammer, and they went outside, and Ozzy was smashing.
I didn't hand it him. He grabbed a hammer. Yeah. What happened was Geezer. There wasn't mobile phones in them days, or there wasn't even a phone in the building where we played. So Geezer went out to phone our management at that time to find out if we were collecting cash or what it was after the gig. And as he was in the phone box outside, a load of skinheads just surrounded the phone box. And of course, they were going to get him. And when he came out, they sort of whacked him, and he ran. And he came in to us, and he said, told us about all these lot outside.
So rather than stay inside and be safe, Ozzy grabs a hammer.
Well,
That's
we had to go out. We had to get out because
okay.
we'd leave the buildings, and they're all outside waiting, So there was no option, really. So we went out, and he just grabbed a hammer, and thank God he did, really, because, there was a lot of them. There weren't just like half a dozen. There was like probably 40 of them.
Wow, man, yeah.
And
one man with a hammer, that'll make a lot of people leave.
Well, it made a few people uncomfortable, I know that. But sort of somebody grabbed him around the neck, and he went boing with the claw end back on the head. Oh dear!
But just Ozzy hitting somebody with the claw end of a hammer, it's like I can't picture it.
I pictured it.
You think that guy brags about it now? See this scar?
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little story.
I've wondered that. Like, do those skinheads ever, like, in 3 years go, oh my God, that was fucking Black Sabbath we had a fight with?
Just got hit with a hammer by Ozzy. You'd get hit by a hammer by Ozzy, right?
Any of the guys could hit me with anything they wanted to. Tony's wearing a cross. I hope he fucking sticks at my eye. I'll take it.
He's not joking, Tom. He's not joking.
I'm always interested too by like rock feuds or people that have these weird things that we don't get to see. And you said that John Bonham came to one of your shows in 1980 and this is with the Ronnie James Dio lineup, and him and Dio had some kind of words.
Well, yeah, it wasn't. It was that's some kind of word. John came to the gig when we played at Hammersmith in London, and we were going to go out after the show to a bar. Anyway, John's drinking away on the side of the stage, drinking Guinness, and we came off stage. And as we walked past John said to me, "Oh man, he's got a great voice for a midget." And of course, Ronnie heard him, and he didn't mean it sort of like that. He actually meant that what a little body, and he got a big voice. But the way he said it, and of course, Ronnie popped up, and I won't repeat what he said. And they were going to fight. I mean,
I'll repeat what he said. Ronnie walked up to him and said, "You fucking cunt." And Dio said that to John.
So basically, I had to get him out I said, "Look, just go, and I'll see you later. Just get out."
And you've rented quite a bit. This was there's like a weird thing with you and the supernatural. And one of my favorite stories in the book.
There's going to be no point. I'm in this book. He'll have told everything.
Yeah.
But I'm still going to read it though. I want to know all the
believe me, there's a lot more than
I can't wait to get into this now, especially because of Jimmy.
There's so many interesting things in it. There's a great chapter where you or a piece, and the chapters, by the way, what I love, they're very short, like literally 2 and 3 page chapters. So like any subject, you're just hitting boom, 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 and the book moves very, very quickly.
I love when you can knock out a chapter quickly,
dude. And you read 6 chapters,
just knock
like,
it out.
Oh, I got one more chapter. It's 2 pages.
Well,
and then you read
32
fucking 4
pages
more
left in this chapter. Damn it!
Then you get to the pictures, and you're like, oh, there's 5 pages down.
Yeah.
It's just the way you do it when you're trying to finish a book.
Job.
Hey, how come if you have all these great stories about John Bonham, they're all hilarious and like I'm a John Bonham freak. Why, whenever they do one of those retrospectives, why don't they have? You would think if the guy was the best man at your wedding, that they would assume that you kind of knew him and that you would be able to add to the story. Like I know the BBC just did one with Dave Grohl was narrating it. How come? Did they ever ask you to do those types of things?
No, I don't think so. No, I've done a couple of things on John, of course, when he just little stories, but nothing big TV thing, no.
Yeah, because those are like two of the best stories.
Oh my God!
I've heard, and then it's
hilarious.
Yeah, and with like all the different names. I got to ask one drummer geek question that drummers are going to want. How the hell was his bass drum foot that fast? Did you ever see him? Did he play with his toe? Was
Did
it
I ever
heel
see
up?
him?
I mean, did you ever like stand like rather than like when you're out in front of a drummer, you can't see what their bass drum foot is doing. Was he heel up, heel down?
I don't know, because I used to sort of see him from
Mystery.
I used to go to gigs with him when he was with another band before Zeppelin called The Way of Life, and God, they used to play at some right dumps, and there's always again there was always fights every time. In them days there was always a fight there for some reason. And this one place they played at, it broke out into a horrendous fight. But I always remember Bonham. He had all these pints of beer all around his kit, and he'd be drinking them and playing. But he was just really just a special drummer, really was.
No, an incredible drummer, and his sound was unreal. That's back in spring. He went right through the 70s. Everybody started muting their drums, and he was still, once again, just focused. Just doing it my way. Go fuck yourself.
Well, he used to try different things. I remember he tried getting a drum sound in a big truck. He set up his kit inside a big truck for the ambience
Of a truck.
And,
the ambience of a truck.
Yeah. And
for when recording, he tried.
He wanted to try to see what it sounded like.
Because it sounded like shit.
I don't think he used it.
And so, I'm not going to give all the stories away. There's a couple I will, because we're almost finished on the Opie and Anthony show.
There's a million stories.
Here's the stories I will not tell. The time you almost killed Bill Ward, the time you set Bill Ward on fire, and the knife fight that Geezer Butler almost had with Malcolm Young of AC/DC in a bar, the bar fight where somebody got shot in the mouth. There's a lot of things I am not going to tell the story. There's a lot of
told him now.
Oh no, but there's lead-ups and there's happenings and there's so much stuff to
That
this.
supernatural thing got my interest. What were we going to ask?
Well, there was a car accident. I was going to talk about the rented house, but I won't talk about that. There's
a million stories.
There's a very fucking creepy story about renting a house where you were hearing things. But what happened? There was a car accident you had, which I thought was pretty interesting. Where you did you not go off an embankment or something?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was driving. It was a convertible, and I was driving along on the outside lane, just overtaking somebody. And it was a girl, actually, and I'm looking. And suddenly, a bang, bang, and the tyres just blew. I must have gone over something. And it just pulled the car off. And I went flying off. There was a huge drop at the side of the road, of this, like a freeway type thing. And I came off that and went through the trees and saw the panels of the wings come off the car. I thought, that's it, Bang, hit a tree. But what do you want to hear about seeing angels?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really peculiar. I saw three, and I saw these three figures, and I wasn't drugged or anything like that. It was it was a real strange feeling. And then the car tipped up upside down, and I was knocked out. But yeah, I did see that.
And there's a lot of stories of supernatural things, and the way they're told, I'm really skeptical about that stuff. But the way you describe, whether it's you or Bill or you and Geezer seeing this stuff in these different places you were recording, I find it very believable because it's the way people talk to each other. It's the way people see something together. So I find that to be a really interesting aspect of the book.
Yeah, yeah.
And I normally wouldn't.
I mean, some people go, they've had too many drugs or too many drinks or whatever. But it wasn't the case. All the things, and the other guys would see the same thing. So it's quite interesting.
Well, I'm talking to Tony for another half hour on my Boneyard show, which will air tomorrow. But what can you say about the book? It's amazing, and I genuinely loved it. There's a million great stories in it. And it's called Iron Man, My Journey Through Heaven and Hell with Black Sabbath. And tomorrow it comes out, and the signings are at Bookends in Ridgewood, 6 to 8 p.m. Book review in Huntington is on Wednesday at 7, right next to Opie's restaurant. St. Vitus Bar in Greenpoint, 3 to 4 p.m. on Thursday. Barnes and Noble in Tribeca at 6 o'clock on Thursday. So, what can I say? You just, you changed my life.
This was
Thank you.
this
Good.
was
Is that good
awesome.
or bad?
No, it's good. Believe me, I would have liked trannies anyway. That had nothing to do with that. It's all-
Really, really good interview.
yeah, we
Very
love you,
good.
man.
And Bill Burr, just quickly, he's gonna be on Fallon tonight. So
Yeah, kind of pales in comparison with
Well,
John
not really.
Bonham and legendary rock star.
No, but it doesn't. You have something cool to tell Tony right now. Tony can go, oh, I'll watch you later. It's like two guys who both have great careers going, and I took the night off so I can fucking. I'm doing nothing tonight.
Why?
I don't know. I was hoping you might have nothing to do and go, Jim, do you want to eat? I'd go, whatever.
Oh, well,
I'm around.
okay, if you ask. Tony Iommi, a pleasure, obviously, and I think we're done.
We are done for the day. We're back
Thanks very
tomorrow.
much.
All right, ciao, ciao.
We'd never play this live. World debut. A little Slipknot song from our new CD, Aperitif for Destruction, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if I remember the lyrics. Come on down and see the idiot right here. Too fucked to begging, not afraid to care. What's the matter with calamity anyway? Right, get the fuck out of my face. Understand I can't feel anything. It isn't like I wanna sift through the decay. I feel like a wound, like I got a fucking gun against my head. You live when I'm dead. People equals shit. People equals shit. People equals shit. People equals shit. Come on! Satan, one more time, motherfucker. Everybody hates me now, so fuck it. Blood on my face and my hands, I don't know why. I'm not afraid to die, but that is none of your business. Overdo it, don't tell me you blew it. Stop your bitching and fight your way through it. I'm not like you, I just fuck up. Come on, motherfucker, everybody has to die. People equal shit. Everybody clap your hands. People equal shit. Come on. People equal shit. Let me hear ya. People equal shit. Everybody sing. People equal shit. What you gonna do? People equal shit. I'm not afraid of you. People equal shit. I'm everything you'll ever be. People equal shit. Oh, yeah.
Go fuck yourself.